Hello, everybody. We are back. Blaine Spencer with the play-I-play. Gary Allen. Gary, you're going on to game number 4. This is what, game 10 for you, I think?
10th, buddy. 10th.
How are you holding up? We feeling all right? We good?
I'm doing great. Can't just been really excited about this game coming up for the last game of the day.
Yeah, how about some Pac-8 after dark, huh?
That's right.
Little late night tip, but one thing that we noticed in warm-ups, it will not be Kane Paxton in the net. It will be Sean Warranta, and as well, California Golden Bears going with a new net minor as well. They're going to be having Matthew Adrian in the net for Cal, as Cal already opens up right away, flooding and playing that exact same 2-1-2 style that we saw last night.
Why change? It was extremely effective last night. So why don't you just start off with what you have? Ranta's a good goaltender too, though, for Washington State. So he'll do well tonight.
Yeah, because we saw Warranta twice and Paxton's twice in that Pac-8 showcase, and both of them performed admirably in those 4 games.
Played very well.
Here comes the Golden Bears, led by Burbank. Centering pass there, opportunity out in front. Shot deflected there by Woodard as it goes just wide. Burbank almost had a hat trick last night. Watch out for him. He was a huge focal point, as well as Deschler, number 92, has a rocket who's, whenever he gets the puck up by the blue line, he's going to try and give you a shot. Just on cue, shoots a wrister as soon as he gets it at the blue line.
Lane, that's why they're play-by-play, man. You know, I'm telling you, you're all over your game today. But again, Cal's also doing what they're doing. They're plopping a guy in front of that net, trying to block Ranta's view. Yep, and it worked.
As Cal already on the board, almost a mirror image of last night's game. A quick strike by the Golden Bears. It is Jake Seatak who gets them on the board off of the ricochet.
Well, again, Ranta had no chance on that shot because, again, when you put that guy in front of the net, what that does is it takes your defenseman away because he's got to battle it, and then you got 2 people really, in essence, blocking the goaltender's view, and he was just hung out to dry on that one.
Gary, we call last night's game, and it was an absolute domination by Cal. I think what was it, 6-1, something? It was something around there, if I can't remember correctly from last night. But your Wazoo, we were trying to say that you scrapped this game and that game last night. How do you make an adjustment, especially when they just could not get themselves into the game whatsoever? And this was the one thing that we didn't want. We told the Washington State not to do, fall behind early.
Well, there's definitely, they dug themselves a hole again. It just depends on if they can stop the bleeding compared to last night. The floodgates opened up after that first goal for Cal. But I do believe WSU has got to use the body on Cal. That's the only way they're going to slow this club down. They can't match their speed, and unless they put the body on them, they're going to have a long night. And Aranda's a good goaltender, so it's not because, they don't have a good backstop.
Blocked there by Gold. Gold's got an opportunity right here. Shot goes. Great stop already by Adrian.
And Gold's a sniper, so that was a nice job by Adrian to hold his ground and make Gold shoot first. He was trying to make the goaltender to commit, but he didn't fall for it.
Well, the one thing is that Gold was silent last night. I think silent might be the correct word. I was going to say quiet, but he was silent last night. Unable to get into the game whatsoever. Washington State just looked 2 steps behind throughout the entire game.
Yeah, they were out of sync. As soon as Cal got that lead, they just kind of lost track of what they were doing. And Gold's a player that's got to be a force for WSU tonight for the offensive end at least.
Cal wins the faceoff here. It's deflected into the neutral zone. Cal's able to collect, and they try to regroup. Stretch pass there, unable to connect. That should be an icing, and it is.
again, you're all over your game. You're on top of that icing call right there.
I love my icing calls. Gives me a couple of seconds to regroup and make sure that I can still talk.
Start a little reflection time for you. Look at that.
All right, well, who's on the ice now?
Cal and WSU. There you go. How's that for a help?
That's great reflection time.
I'm working with you. Well, that's better than Tyler Fasani's Colorado State for some reason. They're not even in this tourney.
Well, I heard, I didn't see it, but I heard about it, the incident that took place in the game before. So unfortunate that it came to something like that in the Eastern Wyoming game, which turned out to be a fascinating contest.
Oh, it was
easily game of the weekend.
Tremendous hockey game. Just a tremendous battle by both squads. It was unfortunate someone had to lose, but Eastern played extremely well.
And that was one thing that we mentioned in that second game was, can Eastern play like they did last night tonight? Because we didn't know what we were going to get. It's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde with them, depending on what night you're going to get. So that was great to see, because Wyoming had been fascinating, arguably up there with Cal and Utah Valley is the most impressive team that was here so far in this showcase.
Yeah, and I think Eastern's gelling now, and that was good to see. I think that's why they could carry over their game last night, and that's why, like in this game tonight, if Cal continues to do what they do, WSU is just chasing the puck. They're not playing positional hockey right now, and that's exactly what Cal wants them to do, because then they'll slide that back door off of their open lanes, and they can't get behind like they did last night, or like I said earlier, it's going to be a long night for them.
Dora wins the faceoff there. Another one who was pretty quiet for the Cougars.
I expect to see him come out.
He feels like the energy when he's on the ice.
He is. He's their energy man, and he's got good offensive skills. They just shut him down last night, but I don't expect that 2 nights in a row.
Already early on, 5 minutes in, Cougars are really trying to flood that neutral zone, make sure that Cal can't find their rhythm. That was something that they've dominated last night.
Well, they can, if they clog up that neutral zone, they can take away the lanes that Cal likes, and that'll slow them down also. And if they use the body a little bit, that'll help the Cougs.
Cal brings it back in with Fawn. He sends it around the boards and it goes out of play.
I'll tell you, with the Rata, he's an outstanding goalie. I really like how he plays. He's really quick. He goes to the butterfly, but he has a very quick reaction, so he can get on his feet really, really fast.
Spin wins the faceoff there. Woodard picks it up and passes it around the boards to Ewing. Gents now has it. Gents was the only goal scorer for the Cougars last night. Watch for him to be a focal point tonight. Out in front, last second poke check there by Warranta. Rister there is saved by Warranta.
That's what I mean. He's got a very quick glove hand, and that was a nice little poke check, but his reflexes are par on with anyone else that I've seen so far. And we've seen some good goaltending this weekend.
Owase wins the faceoff, but the Cougars are able to. Trelorian has it in the neutral zone, sends it around. Misplayed off the boards there. As Cal sends it back down to Burbank. He sends it around to Trelorian. Back to Burbank. Ooh, I thought he had a potential stretch pass opportunity there with Zachary Tam.
We said Burbank's name quite a bit last night, too, in that game that they had. Very, very solid player. Whoa, he got blown up, though.
Big hit there that was by Trenton Spears. Spears is able to give chase and push Trelorian off the puck. Picked up by the Golden Bears off of a missed pass. Owase takes a nice little shot in the neutral zone, but you've seen a little bit more up tempo and physicality already early on as we're 7 minutes in here.
Yeah, the Cougars are definitely using their body more than they did all of last night, and you can see that is slowing down Cal, and they're going to have to do that. Take away some of that speed that they have.
Cal coming in with speed. Lovely deke there. Shot goes just high. That was Patrick Liu who had a great opportunity. Another opportunity there saved by Warranto. I don't know what they called there. That might have been an early whistle.
But it did kind of sneak out. But Aranda's really holding his own right now, which is
Already.
helping WSU because they can start going on the attack a little bit more, knowing that he's doing so well tonight. They just got set back by getting buried in that first period yesterday.
Out here in the corner, Cal tries to grab it, picked up by the Cougars. Gold dumps it in. He gives chase. He's going to be the first one there. Centering pass out in front to Spin, unable to corral it. Rister from outside, unable to keep it was Adrian, but there's going to be a penalty here.
There was definitely a little extracurricular activity going on after the whistle went.
I believe it's going to be a Golden Bear heading in.
Gonna have a couple minutes to reflect on what he did right there.
It's Deschler. Deschler's heading in. Felt like that's a good penalty, I feel like, though, because it felt like Spin was going to be the first one to that rebound, and Deschler almost had no choice, especially after Adrian spilled it. Spin has it. He swings it around to Ewing. Poke check there by the Golden Bears. Here they come back the other way. Out by the left circle. Shot there. Saved by Warranto. Pad save. That was a golden opportunity. No pun intended by Fawn.
I didn't even think that way. Yeah, nice job. I want to get that pun in there. But Woodard's the one that actually set that up. He rode the Cal player off really well, so he didn't get a clean shot. And Arana was there to clean it up.
Deflected shot by Gents. Goes wide. Gold picks it right back up. Ewing has it at the blue line. Definitely a more in tune Washington State Cougars start than what it was last night.
Yeah, they're playing a lot better tonight.
Woodard has it. Slap shot outside. Adrian's able to cover it up.
Adrian's doing a nice job there because WSU's putting a lot of traffic in front of him. He's tracking the puck really, really well.
One minute remaining here on the Deschler power play. Chorlian picks it up for Cal. Looking for clears it down. Right on Moranta. He sticks it aside to Roach. And Roach starts the Cougar offensive attack. Sends it up to Spears. Back around to Bemis. Bemis dumps it in. Bordeaux has it. He's taken off of it by Cal. Roach is able to keep it in. And it's dumped back down by California. Bemis now has it as he tries to look for a stretch pass opportunity, unable to connect with Spears. Bemis is able to pick it right back up in the neutral zone. Big hit there. You can see that the body is being used a lot more tonight. Stretch pass opportunity deflected back. Cal's able to pick up the scraps. Opportunity is sent wide. Picked up there. Shot saved by Waranta. As Cal tries to regroup. They bring it right back in. Missed opportunity there. And Adrian has to go up and pick it up for Cal because they're back to full strength. Here comes Podolink with speed. around the boards. Trying to do a quick wraparound. Sends it back up to the blue line. Shot there, rebound out in front. What a snare by Warrantza with the glove hand.
That's what I was talking about. He's got such a quick glove hand, and he's really hard to beat if he has a shot at it. Right now, WSU's done a really nice job of slowing Cal down, and that's what's really helping their cause tonight.
That neutral zone was a huge component. Oh, turnover there by Woodard. Oh, last second poke check there by the Cougars as they're able to come back the other way with Gold. Gold with speed. Adrian's able to smother that one up.
But if you notice tonight, WSU transitions a lot better, and they're getting more attacks on their netminder for Cal. So they've definitely stepped up their game compared to yesterday.
Well, already look at the shots on goal. They didn't reach that number until significantly into the second period yesterday. That's just how dominant Cal really was.
And with them getting such a quick lead, WSU just could not get organized.
Turnover there. Woodard's able to pick it back up. Burbank brings it in for Cal. Trying to make a pass. It's there, and Cal retrieves it and sends it back around. Chorlian has it. Then Carlitz picks it up. And Cal brings it right back in with Podolink. His shot's pushed away. Roach sings it around the boards. Picked up by Spin, and he dumps it around. SeaTac has it. He puts it up on Maranta. He sticks it aside as Cal makes a change. Very fast-paced and fluid. Nobody's really been able to take any control of the neutral zone yet, and that's kind of dictated how where the most of the play has gone. Last out in front, Roach is able to stick that aside.
Neither team has really taken control at all outside the neutral zone either.
And right on cue, Dessler from the blue line.
I wish I could see that again. It looked like somebody tipped it because Arantza started to go down and it went up top shelf. And I didn't see if there was a tip in, but that was a rocket shot.
It looked like Warranta tried to get it with his stick, and it rode up his stick and
so
beat him over
he tipped it
his
in
shoulder.
himself then.
Yeah.
Okay, because I knew it changed the directions
It
on
did,
it.
without question.
That would explain it because I didn't see another Cal player standing there, but the way that puck went, there's no way that was a straight shot. So,
but Dessler gets on the board.
He's
got it again. It was a rocket. He's got easily one of the best. You could make the argument he's got the best wrister or slap shot from that we have here this weekend.
He definitely likes using it. It doesn't matter where he's at, high or low. He's gonna let it fly with it. So
as he just let another one fly too,
yep.
Right on cue. It's like he knows we're talking about him.
Now, see, here's the danger zone for WSU. They can't let in another one in this period because then they'll start flashing back to last night. They have got to be really careful right now with 7:21 left in the first.
Ewing brings it around for the Cougars. Cal's able to keep it in, flash out in front. Tam has it. He sends it around the boards. Now, pass. Tried to find Schum on that one. Tam's able to chase. Cal's able to keep it in that corner. Oase dumps it in towards Tam. Oh, flash out in front. Weird bounce off the boards there. Caught almost Warranta sleeping.
See, now what I'm seeing with WSU doing, they're not taking the lanes away and they stopped using the body, and Cal's picking up speed. And like we talked about yesterday, they're a swarming type of team, and WSU's got to go back to how they were playing for about the first 5 minutes.
Cal unable to keep it in. Jens comes the other way. He's got Gold to his side. Saved there by Adrian, and he's able to cover the rebound.
You know you want to start singing. I can tell right now.
Hey, it's a catchy tune, all
Yes,
right.
it is.
I had the head bob
You were
going.
bopping pretty darn good to it. I thought he's
I
going to break
almost
out.
thought. I almost thought for a second
He's
that I
going to
wasn't
break out
on
in
air.
lyrics. That's what I said. That's what's happening.
Oh, we're in for a world of trouble for the rest of the night.
Karaoke with Blaine.
Spins able to try and get it for the Cougars. Poke checked off of it. Tries to find a stretch pass for spin. No icing there. Spins able to beat Chorland down to the net. Excuse me. Cal brings it back in, dumped in. That will be an icing.
Game's getting a little bit choppy because, as you can see, and you mentioned it yesterday and today, Cal's working on their long stretch passes right now, and that's exactly what their attack is they're trying to do, and they're a little bit off on that.
And that's what they were working on significantly this morning in their practice skate was their stretch plays. It was a little bit more, not as much in those first two periods because they were just swarming like Washington State. But in that third period, when the game was pretty much in hand, that's what they started to work on significantly.
So they just picked it up today. They on practice then also, huh?
Yeah, they added it in. They had a morning skate at 10 before our quadruple header began. Part of my quintuple header, though. Had to be here, okay?
That's right. And doing a nice job, by the way, behind the scenes.
Well, appreciate that, Gary. We're trying to make sure these kids having a wonderful weekend up here in Cheney. You know, we're trying to promote here, Pack 8 in Cheney. Let's make it happen, right? So
beautiful Cheney. You forgot the
beautiful
beauty.
Cheney. Yep, you're right. Burbank gives chase. He's going to beat Ewing down there, so no icing. Sent around the boards. Washington State collects. Oh, mistake there. And Fawn's able to keep it in for Cal. Ewing now has it. He's looking for Doro. Doro's deflected out. Delayed offsides call. Cal comes back around. Gold now has it on the left side. He finds Spin. Spin tries to keep it down, send it in the neutral zone. Cal, however, is able to pop it back in, and it's out of play.
But like you were talking about the Pac 8 tournament, this is an ideal rink facility to hold that. Everything's here in Cheney. You got lodging all over the place. You got restaurants. It's just a really set up facility for having tournaments, as you can saw this weekend and at the Pac 8 showcase that was here a couple of weeks ago.
There's an icing call there, but yeah, Eastern would love to be able to have the opportunity to host. Contact myself or Travis Allen. Make it happen.
I'm with you on that one. It's an ideal setting. And a lot of people have been talking about that up here that I listened to in the lobby and stuff. They like the idea of having it here.
Jens has it. He passes it down. And there's going to be an icing there as Gold's unable to catch up.
Both teams are having trouble connecting on their passes right now. Both squads are.
Yep, definitely has become a lot choppier, like you mentioned.
This will be interesting if Cal abandons their stretch pass game and just go back on their attack style that they did last night.
Fawn picks it up behind the net. Out to Deschler. He's going to get a shot going. As soon as he has the puck, you can almost, if he has any sliver of room, he's putting that out on net. Woodard's pass is deflected by Sadikov. And Deschler's able to pick it up for Cal. He passes it around the boards. Cougars are able to keep it in their offensive zone. Deschler comes away with it once again. He sends it into the neutral zone. Potential centering pass there. He takes Tam takes it on himself. Warrant is able to make the save. 3:33 remaining in the first period. In our late night, Saturday night, Pack 8, final game 4 of the Eagle Nest Showcase.
You are correct.
I made that way longer than it needed to be.
You're trying to throw that Pack 8 after dark in there.
I love my Pack 8 after dark.
You do. That's catchy. That really is.
Don't tell people I stole that from college football. As Shum can finish it off there. Lovely little play. And now that is Cal's third of the night. And just like you mentioned, Gary, this is what you didn't want to see for the Cougars. You're going to start having some nightmares from last night. It is now 3-0 Golden Bears.
Well, you're still getting discouraged, and that's the thing that you have to be prepared to deal with. And that was a nice play. Ramta did a nice job of trying to block it, but the Cal player just was so smooth that he cut in front, did a nice little backhand on that.
Cal has it. Spears is able to keep it in their zone. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Gary, why do you think Wazoo went away from that physical style that they played for about 10 to 12 minutes in this first period? And then these last probably 5 minutes or so, they've given up a couple just because they've kind of went away from it.
I'm really not sure unless fatigue factor hit on them, because it was working really well for them. And you're right, they totally went away from that style. And now Cal's just kind of doing what they want to with their speed, and the Cougs just can't match them. If they go to a finesse, they got to go back to that body. My only guess is maybe they got tired, but we got a penalty coming up.
Looks like it's going to be going against the Cougars. Looked like it was a potential trip by Spears. As it is Spears that's going into the box. And this is something that you really now have to hold on to get it into, now only letting it be 3 going into the first intermission.
Yeah, this could be tough if they get down 4-0, but WSU was doing such a nice job that first 5 minutes, using the body, blocking the lanes, controlling the neutral zone, and they kind of just shifted away.
Chorlian's shot goes to the side. Another rebound blocked aside by Warranta. Cal's able to keep it in on the power play here. Fawn now has it. Chorlian back to Fawn at the circle. His shot saved by Warranta. Back around. Chorlian now has it. Back to SeaTac. Chorlian probing at the top of the blue line. He passes it around. Now Kodaland had it. Now it's back to Chorlian. Slap shot from the outside. Pad stop by Warranta.
Nice little mid-slot cycle game Cal's doing. They're definitely using their speed.
Good poke check there as Jentz is able to clear it down. No, you're right. That's a great eye there. 1 minute remaining on the Spears penalty. 1:10 remaining in the opening period. Fawn, what a move there. Warranta was up to the challenge. He spilled that rebound, but Cal missed the opportunity as it goes high. Back out to Dessler. He has it. His slap shot right on cue. Pushed aside by Warranta. Swings it around. That's Shum who has it. Shum's looking for a pass, and Warranta's able to cover it up.
Yeah, right now Cal's doing what they want to, and it's really reminiscent of last night. They're moving the puck extremely well, and they're getting the Cougars to chase it, and they just can't afford doing that style.
38 seconds remaining here. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Brought around by Cal. Back to Dessler up at the blue line. He gives it off to Shum. Shum leaves it back for Dessler. He tries to get an angle, slap shot. Waranta, glove hand.
I'm surprised Dressel doesn't try to sneak down there and go with a quick wrist shot on that, because he's shooting up high right now. And at least on that one, Aranta could see it because there was nobody in front of the net, which was really odd because Cal's been doing a nice job of plopping someone right in front of him.
Face off won by the Cougars as they pass it around. There goes the Spears power play. Just a little bit of time remaining in the first period. As they probe, trying to get one last opportunity. Owase's shot, Schum's shot. Waranta's up to the challenge 2 more times. And that is the first period. And what can you say? Cal has not skipped a beat since last night. It is all Golden Bears. Cal 3, Washington State 0.
Yeah, WSU did a nice job of slowing them down for that first 7 minutes, actually, I would say. And then they kind of went away from what was working for them, and Cal was taking some liberties on that. But we'll see what happens in the second period. We will be back in about 15 minutes. Welcome back, hockey fans, to the second annual Eagles Nest Showcase here in beautiful Cheney, Washington, at URC Center. We got a fine matchup with Cal Golden Bears against the WSU Cougars. And right now, Cal's up 3-0. And we're expecting to see WSU go back to the heavy body checking and trying to block up some of the lanes, slow down Cal. I'm waiting for the play-by-play man, Blaine Spencer. And right when I said that, Cal unleashed a deep shot from the far slot. That was it's a number. It was so quick I didn't pick up his number, but I think it was Lane Krulitz, I think, or possibly. We're gonna try to get that score on that. I think it was Tyson Storr that ended up with that goal, but it was a nice snipe by him right in the top corner. Atlanta didn't have any shot of getting that bucket whatsoever. So now the score is 4-0. WSU's running into danger like they did yesterday of falling so far behind they couldn't implement anything they wanted to try. And so they really need to go back to clogging up the neutral zone, taking the lanes away from Cal and using the body. Because this game could get out of reach pretty quickly like it did yesterday in the last game of the matchup on Friday night. But WSU was using a great technique for the first 8 minutes of that first period. They were using the body, really slowing down Cal in the neutral zone, taking away the lanes, but they went away from that style and asserting them. Right there, Cal went on a 2-on-1 break. And again, Cal's relentless. They're a swarming offensive team, and when they get going, they are extremely hard to stop, and you can't stick check them. You just can't do that. They're just too talented to do that. Here's my play-by-play. Blaine Spencer's back with me. He's doing quadruple duty all weekend.
See me running around.
Oh, yeah, you were moving them nets and stuff. It was impressive. I was feeling ashamed sitting up here watching you.
You can come jam next time. I'll send Allie up to have you come. Tell her that you'll zam.
Yeah, I'll zam it in a heartbeat. I'll be down and running that machine. But what happened was Cal came out hot, got that quick goal
already.
Yes, at about the 13-14 second mark.
Who put it away?
And I was trying to find that out. I'm hoping we get that. I think it was Storr that got it, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Tyson Storr,
yeah.
18.
But like I was saying, and we've talked about it numerous times during the first period, WSU has got to slow them down, and it was working for 7 minutes in that first period using the body.
Let me ask Cal's GM. She's right below us who scored that goal.
Okay, feel free to. So I know she's got records. They're Cal again. They swarmed the net. They had a ton of traffic, popping in the net. And now that one, I was pretty sure.
81.
Yeah, Lou.
Patrick Lou. Yep.
Yeah.
And that was actually Seatalk. Patrick Seatalk. That was his second on the night already.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not see him out there at that particular time, but kudos to him. That was a nice shot. But now WSU is really risking Cal running away from this game right now. That was two extremely quick goals to start this period.
I actually saw Kane Paxton when he was walking out here. He is going to be in net tomorrow as they take on the Utah Valley. So
he is coaching tonight for WSU.
Correct. Yep. And it's Easton, their third goaltender, is the one that's wearing Kane's uniform in the 29.
So you thought I was off. I could tell that. You said, yeah, come on now.
No, we were all both up here looking at it. We were like, he's behind the bench, right? But then there's his jersey out there. So yeah, he's they just had to switch that on it was switched on their main score sheet that who's actually in net. So.
And we got a penalty coming up on the Cougs, which they can't afford that whatsoever. And I'm surprised the goaltender is not coming out of Cal's.
Oh, there he is. They finally waved him. And there it goes. Adrian gets all the way down there just for him to have to skate all the way back down.
That's probably what it was thinking. He goes, I think a quick whistle. I don't want to use the energy up there. Without a doubt, WSU can't go in the box. Cal's starting to look more like they did last night with the swarming, attacking style defense, floating in players. The cycle game's incredible by this club.
As it's, I believe that's Coulter Lynch who's going in the box for the Cougars. Oh, they got two going in. Excuse me. It's a 5-on-3. So they got Lynch as well as number 76. That's Louisville is also going in there. This is danger time right now.
That had to be a retaliatory penalty, the second one, because I didn't see him around anybody.
Oh, looks like it might be one might be an unsportsmanlike, which may allow it to be a 5-on-4. Can't remember. Oh, here comes one guy coming out.
Okay, that didn't make sense.
Lynch is coming out of the box. So is it just it's just Kugel now?
Yeah, because like I said, I didn't see anything Lynch did out there. He was.
All right, so just a 5-on-4 power play here. Oh, now what are they doing? Are they resetting everything right now? Oh, they gave him a double. I did not see that. Did you see a 4-minute out there? I didn't. SeaTac has it up by the blue line. Now looking for a hat trick as he's got two already on the night. Torlian has it. SeaTac slap shot. Waranta's able to hold on to it. I did not see a 4-minute, but the refs have been outstanding and on top of it this weekend so far, so I'm not going to question it. Out to SeaTac as the Cal continues to probe on this double minor here. Slap shot from outside. It's Torlian deflected by Lou.
A little battle in front of that net.
Fawn's now got it. Rister, rebound out in front. Two great stops by Waranta.
Little chippiness is starting to happen right now. And I think that's got to be some frustration by the Cougars. They realize right now they're in trouble.
They're having flashbacks from last night is what it is. They're like, we can't be having this for a second night in a row. But my goodness. So I know Cal doesn't play tomorrow. Can we? And our game got canceled. Can we try and maybe finagle that back out there as a non-league game? But I know that won't happen because it's.
I don't know. I don't know when Cal's leaving. I know one squad's supposed to be leaving on Monday, so I'm not really sure the itinerary of Cal.
Well, I know we were actually supposed to play Cal in a league game tomorrow before we scheduled the Gonzaga game. But due to because we were going to go down to California in a couple weeks, we are going down to California in a couple weeks, excuse me. Stanford's our games with Stanford fell through, so we moved our game here just to make it a doubleheader down there. But my goodness, have they just been absolutely flawless in their two showings now. Not even a game and a half yet of play. Deschler has it up by the blue line. Oh, there he goes. He goes to a wrister like you had mentioned. Back up to Deschler at the blue line. He probes, passes it down.
He has
Back
an
to
arsenal
Deschler.
of shots.
His slap shots deflected wide. Lou has it. He loses it. Picked up there by Owase. Schum now comes around. Feeds it back to Deschler. His wrister blocked there by the Cougars. And Spin sends it down as the Cougars try to make a change. A minute 12 remaining here on the double minor. Big hit by Gold. Big hit by Owase in the neutral zone. Just about 13:30 remaining here in the second period. Oh, that's got to be a trip.
Yes, it is.
Hey, man, you can't even look at the ref on that one. That was right in front of him.
Yeah, there's really not much you're going to argue about on that one.
That's Lou going in. I think he got away with one the first time. I thought he was going to get called for a potential hook, and that one. And then he got the trip there on the second.
Yeah, that was pretty blatant.
Attempt.
That was pretty blatant on that one.
But some free open ice. Definitely the Cows' favor here on this 4-on-4 for about 45 seconds. Cougars got to weather the storm and then capitalize on the minute 15 of a power play.
I think if Cal was down by 2 guys, they would still go on the attack. Just how they play.
That's an icing there, sent back down to the Cal zone. Gary, put me in the minds of the Cougars right now. You're now seen flashbacks of 2 nights in a row of being absolutely dominated by California, and you just can't find any answers.
Well, they did have answers, like we were talking about the first 7 minutes. They were actually doing a nice job against Cal. They slowed them down drastically. They were in the game. I think right now for the Cougars, they're just pretty dejected. And for whatever reason, they went away from that style, and it's not working. And if they don't go back to it, they won't get back in this game.
Gent dumps it in for the Cougars as they're now on the power play with about a minute remaining there. He sends it up towards Woodard, unable to find him, all the way back down to Warranta as he passes up to Woodard, unable to connect.
And it's real tough.
Opportunity now here. Oh, that was tight.
Close. But the linesman was right on it. She was watching the whole time, but it's really tough for the Cougars right now mentally to continue to stay in this game and stay focused because, if you look at the scoreboard, 5-0, and they haven't figured out how to get one in the net for Cal, it could very well be a long night for them. It's really hard to get your spirits up when everything you shoot on Cal, they stop. They're flooding on you. They're wearing you down. They're getting you tired. This is a hard mental battle for the Cougars. But again, you got Doro out there, and I'm expecting him to really start flashing like I've seen him play before. And some of the Gents and some of those guys, they've just been really quiet so far.
Dumped back down by Cal. Warranta goes out and grabs it. Roach comes around to pick it up. Opportunity out in front. Storr tried to find his teammate. I thought Storr was going to take it himself there, but nobody was home. But he was looking for a centering pass for a backdoor opportunity.
And you look at some of the WSU players; they're just too talented to be so quiet.
Right.
Doral just stands out. I mean, every time I've seen him play, he's been lights out, and they have shut him down for whatever reason.
Storr picks it off. Pass out in front, deflected wide. Doro. Gold's had that early chance early on. He's been relatively quiet as well. I don't think Gents had the goal yesterday, but he's also been quiet.
Yeah, and that's just uncharacteristic for those players. But now we got a cross check. See, and that's what's really also hurting WSU is any kind of life they start getting, they come up with a penalty that's not really necessary. And that sets them back. That gives Cal more energy. They could play that wide open style, and it just really hurts you as a unit.
Spears is the one heading into the box. Power play opportunity for Cal. Face off one. Seatak's able to keep it in. Oh, flood pass there. Trying to find Gold. Last second poke check by Cal.
But Cal didn't get rattled on that. They just settled back in. They came over and stole the pass away. And now they're attacking.
Seatak now has it. And that's going to be an offsides as Vaughn was unable to corral it. But you're right, Gary. Cal just seems so unfazed throughout the game. They just, whatever happens, right?
Yeah.
So they're just going to keep playing hockey. It doesn't matter how the game's going. They're just going to keep playing their style. Their style's been extremely successful this weekend, but but you're right. When they make a potential mistake, it's on to the next play. They're not thinking it, mulling it over or anything like that.
Yeah, they don't overreact, and they pretty much stay within their system, and that's what partly makes them so successful. It's hard to rattle them.
It's about a minute remaining on the Cal power play as they bring it in with Shum. Swings it out as Sadikov has it down to Deshler. Back to Sadikov. Shum has it now as he brings it around the boards, looking for an opportunity. Deshler has it right there just above the right circle. Back out to Shum towards the center. His shot saved by Waranta. Picked up by Lou. Lou brings it around the Cougar net. Out to Shum. Back down to Lou in the corner. Cal really trying to bait Washington State out of their area. Shot deflected as Deshler's flubs his lines on that shot. Picked off by Shum as he now has it. 15 seconds left on the power play. Sadikov now has it as he brings it around. Back out to Deshler. Fakes the slap shot there. Washington State back to full strength. Looking for a potential stretch pass opportunity. Here comes Spears. Centering pass. Gold, just unable to corral it. Flashes out in front. Adrian pushes that aside. Ewing's wrister goes wide. Big hit there. Gold was looking for a call. Doesn't get it. Lovely little move by Shum. Shum now has it with a wrister. Shoulder save there by Waranta as the Cougars regroup while Cal makes a change. Swings it out to Bemis. Bemis looks for Doro, unable to find him. And that's an icing.
So you were talking about in the first period how close the shots were for this game, and look at the spread now. It's 44-9 in Cal's favor. And that's when they were really tight. That's when WSU was using their body, taking the lanes away, and really slowing Cal down on that neutral zone. And it was tight. It was real close in that shots. But now they just let Cal start really freewheeling it out there, and you can see the difference in the play.
Cal keeps it in here as Waranta gives chase and sends it around the boards. Picked up there by Sheppy. Shot there, blocked. Sheppy is able to corral it.
Again, it's almost turned into the shooting gallery like it did last night.
Right. It's just the Cougars being peppered and peppered. Last night it was Paxton. Tonight it's Waranta. And there's only so much they can do, you know?
Yeah, and Randall's played a fine game tonight. I mean, it's not like he's having an off night. It's just too many shots, and now they have a little scrum in the back. And
Cal's heading into the box here. Looks like it's going to be Lane Carlitz, who's heading in.
Which was a good
Excuse me,
call.
Yep, Lane
Taking them
Carlitz.
both off. They were both tripping at each other and doing some shoving. So that was a good job by the referees. Just say, yeah, you two go in and reflect right now.
As it's going to be a 4-on-4. Brady Bordeaux for the Cougars is the other who went into the box.
And this is what definitely WSU doesn't want to do, given that much ice with Cal, even the 4-on-4. But Cal's dangerous when they're a man down, or even if, again, 4-on-4. But they just attack. It doesn't matter to them.
Vaughn brings it in for the Cougars. He loses his footing as he tries to make a turn. Roach picks up the loose puck as they're coming back the other way. A little over 7 minutes remaining here in the second period. As Burbank sends it around the boards. Picked up there by Andrew Woolley. Out in front, opportunity! And the Cougars are on the board. A poke check, bounce. Bemis gets it, passes it off to Spind, and Spind is not going to miss that one.
I'm not sure, and I missed some of it, but it looked like Adrian kind of misplayed the puck.
A little bit, I agree.
And it caught him off guard, and he couldn't corral the puck back in. And this might give some life to the Cougs. We'll see what happens on that.
That's like the third or fourth time we've seen a netminder misplay the puck off the board.
Well, sometimes it gets stick happy, and they will do some things when really they probably should have just left it alone. And on a poke check, you got to be precise or you're going to get burnt.
Now the big hit there by Spears.
Again, it slowed him down and it makes him think.
Woodard has it out, sends it around. Viewing now, wrister. Glove save by Adrian. Just about a minute remaining on the 4-on-4.
WSU crowd really was into that body check too. That you could see a big roar came up when they were hitting it. But that's, again, we keep harping on it, but WSU has got to start playing that style if they want to stay in this game at all.
Spears is centering pass. Can't find a Cougar. As Woodard, they're going to call Woodard, I believe,
for an interference. But again, on that one, it looked like a good hit. It was a bang play, and that one I don't.
It's going to be a 4-on-3 here.
So again, we talked about this before. Every time WSU starts getting some momentum, they come back and take a penalty, and
right,
they're really hurting their progress and their momentum by doing this.
And just when you think they had a sense of life, right, and
they
can
did
now go on a 4-on. Now they're down to a 4-on-3 here,
and they were coming out and banging, and they were slowing Cal down again, and you could start seeing a shift. Now they took a penalty.
SeaTac has it up, passes it to Lou. Lou back to SeaTac up by the blue line. Back around to Chorland to SeaTac. SeaTac shot out in front. Couple of saves right there by Miranda out in front. And here come the Cougars as they dump it back in. Bemis gives chase, unable to beat Chorland there as Cal comes back the other way. 13 seconds here on the 4-on-3, excuse me, and then it'll be a 5-on-4. Swings out to Chorland. Back to a 5-on-4 here now. That's sent back into the neutral zone, and Cal has to regroup and dump it back in. Morantza stops it there. SeaTac's able to pick it off and keep it in. Out to Chorland. His shot stopped and covered up by Warantza.
He's played a solid game tonight for the Cougs. He's done an outstanding job. He's actually holding them in this game.
Well, look at, he's already made 40 saves, and there's still 5 minutes left in the second period. Absurd.
Well, he's been under siege. There's no doubt about that. But he's a stout goaltender. I've always liked the way he's played.
What a luxury, though, for Washington State to have two high-quality goaltenders.
No kidding. But again, if you look today, Utah Valley's, they got 3. And so those are luxuries a lot of clubs don't get.
Torlian shots deflected and out of play. And we don't know what Wazoo's third goaltender
That's true.
looks like, so
We'll
they
see
could have
tomorrow.
a third.
Because you'll be on that play-by-play call along with me tomorrow.
Sure will. And just
I don't think you get a break tomorrow, do you?
No, because just as a scheduling reminder, everybody, Eastern Washington versus Gonzaga was canceled for tomorrow at 11 a.m. So a little bit of a scheduling change. Utah Valley and Washington State will no longer play at 8 a.m. Their game is now been pushed back to 10 a.m. And then the game of Wyoming versus Idaho will still be taking place at 2. But not so much of a early riser of a game tomorrow on a Sunday morning.
Well, the only saving grace, I guess you could look at that you're supposed to turn your clocks back tonight, midnight, an hour back. So,
yeah, we're losing an hour. I think that's the last time that they're actually doing. I think daylight savings. This is the last time the clocks changed. They ended this upcoming year, I believe.
Well, I hope they keep it like it is right now. I really do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the spring forward aspect of things.
Instead of it now going to be dark all the time if they get rid of it.
Yeah, I like the longer daylights in the evenings. So
Cougars play it into the neutral zone. Dessler's able to corral it and sends it into up the boards. No icing called. Roach sends it around to Ewing. Out to Doro. Doro's poke checked off of it. As it's dumped back in by Washington State. Doro gives chase and picks up the puck. Cal sends it right around the boards. Gent's unable to corral it, and here come the Bears. Dumped around. SeaTac picks it up. He passes it up the boards to Dolam. Dolam passes it right back around the boards. As Doro tries to find his teammate, unable to. Awase has it. That shot's deflected. Just under 3 minutes remaining now in the second period. SeaTac now has it, but leaves it off for Lou. Lou brings it around. Gents gives him a check. Woodard gives him a check, and Woodard's able to get the puck off of him. Lou poke checks it away. Out to SeaTac on the slot. Deflected there by Doro. Just these last couple minutes, a little bit more chaotic, because that won't be an icing as they put it on Warranta. Woodard picks it up.
And that will work in WSU's favor. They can get Cal to start chasing a little bit also. That will help them.
One thing is that with Cal's finesse, you almost have to muck it up, right? And that's make it a little more chaotic, frantic if you're from the Cougars' perspective.
No doubt. No doubt. Whoa, that was questionable.
Tight. It's going to be a called icing there. Very close.
Yeah, I thought the WSU player was on top of the puck.
Sheppy was just able to beat spinned out there in a race to the corner.
That was great hustle by him, too. He didn't let up at all. He thought he could get there, and it looked like it from our angle.
1:45 remaining. Gary, we're about to be going into our second intermission here. What do you want to see going into this third period from both squads?
Well, Cal, I wouldn't change anything. Right now it's hard to change anything. They're up by 4 goals.
Right.
Again, WSU, if they can keep the game, and I like how you worded it, chaotic, and use a little muscle down in their zone and a little bit more forechecking, they got a shot. But they can't play a finesse game with Cal. If they think they are, there's going to be a long third period for them. They have got to. And I like how you were saying the mucking up part. They got to do that. That's the only way they can slow them down. Cal's just too quick from top to bottom to do a finesse game against them.
A little over a minute remaining here in the second period. Cal leads 5-1. I don't know what's happening here.
I think there's a timeout.
Oh, good call there, Gary.
Well, that's the only explanation because we're not having any other issues. So, but now they're running the clock down.
Oh, it's the timeout clock.
That's right. You are correct. I knew that.
Sure you did.
I don't even know what I was.
Yeah. No. I'm not letting you off the hook on this one.
Man, you're tough, man. This is my 10th game. Come on.
Hey, what's... Yeah, you okay? I'll let you off the hook.
Of course, on the other hand, you're doing all the behind scenes stuff. So yeah, there's no excuse for my statement right there.
Yeah, you're gonna beat me by 3 this weekend on the calls. Because I didn't call any of the Eastern games because of ops duty, as well as our good friend Tyler Pisani. You know, honestly, I called more games than Tyler. He's my backup play-by-play
exactly right.
commentator.
No,
not the other way around.
I was going to correct you if you weren't going to catch that. It's like, come on now. He's your fill-in.
Exactly. Shots deflected and out of play. Tyler will definitely not be too thrilled when he hears this, so but it's okay.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
Got to call it like it is,
Nope, but you and I will be on both calls tomorrow, so that'll be a good time. Face off one there as the shot was sent out around the boards. Gold picks it up. 45 seconds remaining here in the second period. Rister from the outside, deflected aside. Spears picks it up, tries to pass it up the boards. Gold's able to corral it. Flashed out in front. Stick there by Adrian, and Cal brings it back out. Potential 2-on-1 opportunity. Rister looking for a centering pass. Great block there by the Cougars. And Roach comes the other way. It's going to be a penalty here. Oh, that was a headbutt.
Yeah, I think
that's got it. There's no way he's able to keep playing.
Polnick is going to have an early shower tonight, and possibly miss another game.
Yep, that was Podolink. Good. Just when you're playing so free, you don't want to see stuff like that.
No, and there's no call for it, really. I mean, but again, we mentioned it was starting to get a little bit chippier, and maybe Cal's getting a little frustrated. They think they should have more points on the points, and Aranda's been closing the door on them.
I know you never want to see stuff like that, but now this is Cal letting the frustration of Washington State changing the style of the game late in the second period get a hold of them a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure why Cal, because like we were talking about earlier, nothing was rattling them, and all of a sudden they seem to be rattled, and I don't see the reason for it. They're up by 4 goals, but he got a 5-minute one in the rest of the game, so this is definitely Cougars' chance to get back in this game.
Just 16 seconds remaining, but they're going to be on the power play for the next 5 minutes. Sent back down, 10 seconds remaining here. Warranza sends it all the way down. Dessler picks it up, dumps it right back, and that will be the second period here. Second period couple of more goals. Washington State gets on the board. It's Cal 5, Washington State 1. Gary and I will be with the third period in about 15 minutes.
Welcome back, hockey fans, for the third and final period of tonight's contest and third day of the Eagles Nest Showcase here in Cheney, Washington. We've got a contest between California Golden Bears and WSU Cougars. Currently, right now, Cal is up 5-1, but it's a golden opportunity for WSU to get back into this game. University Cal's player Politalik got a major, and WSU will have a man advantage for the next 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So if they want to get back in the game, they're going to really realistically probably try to get 2 goals off of this. They can score as many times as they want in the next 4:44 of the game, and that's how WSU can get back in here. They're starting to do a better job of slowing down Cal. Cal's getting a little frustrated with that, and they're changing their style a little bit. Cal is, and they're not wide open as they were in the first period and most of the second period and even last night's game. So WSU has a great opportunity here to get back into this contest right now. The faceoff's coming off right now. And it will be interesting to see how the Cougars attack this, because they're going to have to throw caution to the wind and just go for it. Cougars have the puck behind Cal's bench. Try to flip it up over to Ewing. Ewing got it back. Did a nice dipsy doodle move down. They got the puck in the deep corner of Cal's. But again, WSU has got to be careful with Cal because they like to attack when they have a man down. They do not hesitate at all if they can convert and transition to an offensive attack. They did that a lot last night, and it was very effective by that. WSU is kind of a little bit bottled up. They could spread out a little bit. That'll help them immensely on this power play. Puck shot all the way back. Arantes got the puck. He's flipped it up to the team man for WSU. And we have an offside right now. WSU is looking good in this power play right now. They're mounting an attack on the Cal Bears. They just got to try to control the puck a little bit more. And I expect to see some of the Cougars like Bordier try to start controlling the puck a little bit more and try to move it up, take passes. They got the talent out there. Christensen's out there for the Cougars also. But then again, Cal just intercepted the pass, had a nice shot. Arantes was right on top of it. A nice poke check on that one. But they're bottling up the Cougars right now. And again, that's what I was talking about. Cal really likes playing a man down. They just attacking it. I got my play-by-play guy, Blaine Spencer, back after you did some ice duty out there in between periods.
Yes, sir. Got to do what you got to do for the survival of the showcase, baby.
That's right. You're on it. You're on top of it. You look good putting them goal moorings on. That was pretty solid action by you.
Yeah, good thing you missed the part where I almost ate it like 3 times.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring that up. I don't want to say anything about it. I was going to let you slide on some of this. Come on.
Well, if you're not ripping yourself, you're not having fun ripping other people. You got to be able to give yourself the X's too when you're.
Well, I'm with you on that. You could have ripped yourself if you fell. That would have been. I would have ripped you on that one. It's like great footwork, but come on now.
I felt like I was. People won't understand this, but you know when you have like the log in that river like thing and you're running on the log and you feel like you're gonna go over it.
Yeah, you're rolling the log.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it felt like for like 5 seconds before I was able to catch myself. Which is slap shot goes wide. All right, let's get us back on track to some hockey.
Now I'm stuck on the log rolling. I'm trying to connect you with hockey, and I'm just having some problems right now.
No, that's on me. But Roach brings it back around for the Cougars as there's a minute 50 remaining on their power play here after the lovely Podolak ejection. As they stump back down by Cal. Under 17 minutes remaining. At this point, Cougars throw the kitchen sink?
Oh yeah, no question. That's what I said at the start of the period. Just go for it, and they did a nice job. And for about a minute and 30 seconds on that, they were attacking Cal quite a bit, and then they kind of slipped back down, and Cal took some advantage of it. And we've talked about Cal several times. They will go at you with their man down. They're going to attack.
And there's a goal right there for Bemis. Slap shot just above the right circle. Beats Adrian on the stick side. And 5-2 as there's still 1:08 remaining on this power play.
And that's crucial to keep that in mind. They still have 1:08. So if they could pop another quick goal, and I mentioned it at the start, they'll be back in this game because I think they got Cal a little bit off track. I don't think the Golden Bears expected this at all.
As it's dumped back in by the Cougars, and it goes into the Cal bench for a nice little souvenir. Oh, now that you look at it, if you're the Cougars coaching staff, you get one more in the next 6 minutes, 2-goal deficit, 10 minutes to go. You can even make the argument 2-goal deficit, probably maybe even 6 minutes to go. Give or take a shot.
Oh, no question about it. But WSU has just got to keep playing methodically and slow down Cal. We keep mentioning that, but if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. But they're putting on a nice little attack on Cal right now.
Chorlian dumps it all the way down as Cal makes a full change. 23 seconds remaining here on the power play for the Cougars. Moranta picks it up. Mistake there. Great recovery to save himself there, Moranta. Tried to gamble on a pass there and got his pocket picked. Cougars centering pass there. Pushed aside by Dessler as it sent Brown the boards. Power play is officially over. Deflected off the official. Actually, Karam's well in Cal's favor. Opportunity for Lou. His shot is stopped by Moranta once again.
Moranta stood tall on that one because Lou was trying to deke him a couple different times, and Moranta didn't fall for it at all. Nice play by him.
Back up to Sidikov at the top. Lou has it. His wrister goes wide. And it's Burbank who gives chase. He puts it around the boards. Ewing has it for the Cougars. Passes it up. Sidikov's able to keep it in for the Bears. Centering pass. Unable to find his target. Back up to Lou. He looks for Seatac. Up to Sidikov. Swings it around to the left circle to Burbank. Burbank smothered by Moranta. 14:23 remaining.
Here's a time to be interesting, see if the Cougars have this in their arsenal, but sneak out a defenseman and go a stretch pass. I don't think you could catch Cal off guard on that one because you wouldn't be expecting a defenseman to go up there, but they got some D-men that have that skill capability for the Cougars.
That would be creative, especially when you have Roach and Woodard as two very offensive-minded defensemen. It's a good call.
Well, it would change it up just quite slightly that, Cal wouldn't be waiting for it and expecting it. So you might be able to catch him off guard doing that.
Just a different look for Cal to think about in these last 14 minutes or so.
Yeah, you let the Cougars slowly slip out on the far boards and just give it a go, see if they can get that going.
Cougars bring it back into the neutral zone with Gents. He dumps it in. It's picked up by Chorlian. He sends it around. As he continues the probe. Dumps it back into the neutral zone. Cal makes a change. No icing here as Roach corrals it. He gives it up to Gents. Gents is up the boards looking for Bemis. Chorlian beats it in and dumps it back in for California. Picked up there. Centering pass. Roach all on top of that one as he brings it back in for the Cougars. Bemis is able to corral, that's Gold is able to corral that in the neutral zone. But you can see Washington State has definitely taken away Cal's freedom in the neutral zone so far. SeaTac comes flying in, however. Ewing gives him a nice check. He comes around the wraparound. Opportunity there where Anta covers it up.
As long as Aranda keeps playing like he is right now, WSU can get in this game. They just they need to take a few little gambles, but they've definitely taken Cal out of their game right now.
Woodard has it, sends it around the boards. Trying to clear their line. SeaTac tries to flash one in front. Nulder gives chase for Cal. Check there by Woodard. SeaTac's able to corral it. His sets up an opportunity out in front, and it's a score. That was a rebound out in front. Zachary Tam is the one who's able to finish it off. And that's a huge momentum killer for the Washington State Cougars as Cal stretches their lead to 4.
If you look at Aranda, he had no hope at all to stop that shot. Cal rushed 3 players right in front of him. And then you had the 3 players of the Cougars who were down there trying to battle. There were 6 players in front of Aranda. And you can't expect them to pick up that puck, especially when it was low like that.
Centering pass for Cal, sent back in. Woodard tries to clear his lines, flubs that pass, and Cal is able to keep it in the offensive zone. Woodard and Fawn battling there in the corner. As they continue to battle along the boards. Sidikov chases down the puck, is able to get it. Lou then pokes it around. It's picked up by Sidikov. There's a centering pass, hits the back of the net, and the Cougars try to pick it up. Frenetic here in the last couple of minutes. Picked up by Bordeaux. He looks for a centering pass. Here comes the Cougars. That wrister's blocked. Lou picks it up, coming the other way. Lou comes in with speed. He's got an opportunity if he can find him. He finds Fawn, and Fawn has a couple chances out in front. And that is a penalty and a half, if I so to speak.
Fawn got buried at the end right there.
That was 2 Cougars saying, leave our goaltender alone, please, and thank you.
One thing Cal's doing nicely, they're having some nice scrums in the corner deep in the Cougar zone, and that's taking valuable seconds off the clock for them. And now they're back in the box. So that, again, WSU is just really hurting their own progress and shooting themselves in the foot right now with these penalties.
As it Spears once again, that takes a seat. 11:20 remaining here in the third period. SeaTac's shot is blocked there by Gents. It was sent around. Pushed around the boards by Cal. Chorlian's able to probe at the top of the blue line. Owase sends around the boards. Picked up there by Storr. Storr does a full lap around. Up towards the blue line. Back to Owase. His wrister's deflected around. And the redirect by Lucas Balin. He converts. Assist will go to Owase. Great hand-eye coordination by Balin to redirect that one and beat Waranta.
Well, the Coug D-man was a little late on his check. He was actually following the puck rather than worrying about the man, and by the time he realized the puck came out, it was buried in the net. Now it's definitely an uphill battle for the Cougars, down 7-2. It looked promising for WSU. They came out with some fire, and they just slowly tailed off. And you got to contribute that with a lot of the pressure Cal's putting on them.
The one thing was Wazoo was starting to definitely mucked up the game, but Cal was able to throw a counter punch, playing the way Wazoo wanted to play and got an open opportunity and made him punish a couple times.
Well, Cal weathered the storm, and then they got back control of the game, and they got 2 quick goals off of that.
As we're just about halfway through the third period here, 7-2 Bears as they come back once again as they dump it in. Warrantza sends it around the boards. Loose puck in the neutral zone, picked up there by Sadikov. He brings it back in for California. He dumps it into the corner. He gives chase, beats Roach there. Sends it back up the boards to Burbank. Burbank sends it around. Woolley has it. His shot's blocked. Cal's starting to hit a little bit more now. Burbank's wrister from the top of the blue line, pushed aside by Warrantza. The spin sends it around. Picked up by Gold. And it's cleared down as Sadikov picks it up in the neutral zone. And at this point, this is where we've started to see now Washington State have lost a little bit of their rhythm and their puck chasing.
Yeah, and again, you got to contribute that to Cal. They went back to an open style of play that they've been so successful at. And they're eating up a lot of clock, too, by doing this, with this chasing around and helter-skelter type of playing right now. They're just chewing up that clock.
Seatac continues to move it around. Out to Dolam. Dolam has it. Hit there by Gold. As it's dumped down. And Bemis is able to corral it. Dolam sends it right back around the boards. Gold's going to pick it up. Kept back in, however. Tam has it. A little over 8 minutes remaining. Feels like now a little bit. Cougars are extremely deflated. Feels like they kind of know that this one's kind of come to a close, unfortunately.
Well, we just got an unsportsmanlike conduct called, along with a slash.
Gents is going. Looks like he's going into the box.
Well, Cal's doing a nice job, too, by eating up the clock. They're actually doing a lot of stretch passes in their own zone just to get the Cougars to start trying to chase them, and that's when they're looking to make that big break. But if they don't get it, they eat up valuable seconds on the clock. So that's a smart transition by Cal.
8 minutes remaining here. Cal will be on the power play. Seatac wins the faceoff there out in front. Great pad stop by Warrantza. Full layout for that one. Another stop by Warrantza as he's starting to edge towards 60 saves on the night.
He does. It's incredible how many shots he's faced right now. Oh, there's another penalty coming up.
That's going to be Gold who's going to be going in now. The frustration has started to set in, and tempers are starting to boil for the Cougars.
Yeah, no question about that. And Arant is going to face a few more shots. He might hit the 70 mark on the shots on goal tonight. I mean, that's incredible to only give up 7 right now with 61 shots on you. He's played outstanding.
You know what this performance reminds me a lot of was Patrick Liu gets his goal. Beautiful setup there. Pass into the corner there. One-timer beats Warrantza on the stick side.
And they're still on the power play.
I was going to say the performance reminds me of when Paxton against Utah in our Pac-8 showcase when he put up 60, 70-plus saves, and the score line didn't indicate how well he actually played. He played out of his mind just to keep it that close.
There's definite similarities on that tonight.
We have just about 7 minutes remaining here. Gary, I want to get your thoughts on this Cal team. Looks like it's going to be major trouble if we end for the Pac-8 the rest of the way. I wouldn't want to play them.
I wouldn't want to open up with them. I'd like to get my feet under me and get my systems going and get really kind of into the tournament. They'd be a tough first opponent. But, with the Cougars, I was thinking about that, and I bet when they came into this game, they were hoping to keep Cal around the 30-shot mark, maybe 35-shot mark. I don't think they wanted to get into the 60 area.
Another great stop by Waranta.
That's one thing about him. He doesn't quit. He's like Kane Paxton. They don't quit. They just keep on saving. It doesn't matter how many shots you're going to put on them, but got to be tiring.
Woodard brings it away for the Cougars as they dump it down. Just about under 30 seconds here on the gold penalty.
I mean, think about that right now. 65 shots in this game, and I think he's going to hit at least a 70 mark before it's over with, and that's an incredible amount of work. For any goaltender.
Well, the shot differential is just astronomically different, with Wazoo only 18 on the other side. Not to say that Adrian's hasn't played well when his number's been called, but it's absolutely kind of insane with how much Waranta's had to deal with tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about that, and that sometimes that's difficult on goaltender if they don't get a lot of shots on him to stay mentally focused and into the game. Adrian's done a nice job on that aspect of it.
Here comes the Cougars the other way with Spind. That's going to be an offsides as the Cougars run. Gold was unable to hold his run there.
Yeah, Cal's definitely going to be a force in that Pac-8 tournament when that happens. They're definitely they're going to be a tough team, a tough out. But again, in that tournament, one loss, you're done. So if you catch them on an off night, you never know.
Right. It's all about that winner go home. But it'll be something to see as Eastern goes down to Cal Berkeley for 2 games in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
so
that should be interesting.
Test to see on the road,
especially the way EWU's played the last 2 games. They've played outstanding hockey, and they're a team that can match Cal's speed.
And the physicality that they present might be able to create some different challenges that you've seen glimpses that the Cougars have been able to utilize.
And it's worked, and it worked really well for them in that first period and bits and pieces throughout the second and third, but it really was working for them in the first. And we know the Eagles, they like to throw the body.
Without a doubt. Here comes Cal with speed once again. Unable to convert there. Lost his footing right out in front. He was looking for a trip there. That was Michael Schum, who made a great move to get the dart in front of Waranta's goal.
He did, but it's an extremely rare time when you see a goaltender in their crease get a tripping call on him.
Karlitz comes the other way. Shot there is saved by Waranta.
You said that a few times tonight, haven't you?
Dessler, Roach just got away with it, and Dessler got caught up top there.
Yeah, right underneath the chin guard.
Nope. I've been saying Save by Warranta, Save by Warranta. Got it on repeat. Kind of made that joke last night of Save by Paxton.
Yeah.
Make that an auto recording. We just hit the button. I don't have to say it anymore. 2:30 remaining in this one. Everybody, we still have 2 more games in our Pack 8 showcase. Or excuse me, not Pack 8 showcase. Eagles Nest showcase. My goodness. There it is. I knew that was going to slip out eventually, but here we are.
That's what happens when you put in 14-hour days. Everything starts becoming a blur.
Everything's a blur. But we still have 2 more. One game was canceled tomorrow. Just as a reminder, Eastern Washington versus Gonzaga will not be taking place anymore at 11 a.m. Therefore, the Washington State Cougars versus Utah Valley Wolverines game has been moved back from 8 to a 10 a.m. puck drop. The Idaho Vandals versus the Wyoming Cowboys will still be taking place at its 2 o'clock puck drop, just for everyone. So there's still 2 more games of ice hockey in our Eagles Nest showcase. It's been a blast to be able to have you guys either in attendance or watching via our Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. I know Gary and I have enjoyed every moment of it. Stay tuned, but minute 40 remaining, Gary. What do you want to see in those 2 matchups tomorrow?
Well, for WSU, they're going to have to figure out how they want to tackle Utah Valley, because Utah Valley is another extremely fast team, and they like to play wide open. So WSU is really going to have to get on the get-go and slow them down instantly. The other game intrigues me. Wyoming impressed the heck out of me when I saw it, but Idaho looked really good last time I saw them play too. And so, but Wyoming's another fast attacking team too, and we've had 3 teams up here that is definitely their style. And actually, you throw the EWU in there too, because they were doing a nice job the last 2 games of using their speed and attacking. So you got 4 teams that's their style. So the other 2, they're going to have to figure out how to slow them down. There's no doubt about it.
I think that Wyoming, well, for the Utah Valley Washington State game, for me this is going to be a very similar task at hand that Washington State's had to deal with Cal. You got to try and muck up the game, same exact kind of blueprint. As for the Idaho-Wyoming game, I think there's going to be some goals. There was a lot of goals in the Wyoming Eastern game. Idaho's got a couple of guys that are absolutely outstanding, and especially Ty Black, who had 4 today. You could argue he's been the best player so far in this showcase.
Yeah, but with Wyoming, I bet they get real physical with him. I bet that's their tactic against him, to really slow him down. We saw today they were double teaming him, and it worked, and then they went away from it. And but you're right, it's going to be interesting to see what WSU does with Utah Valley speed, because I think they're a little bit quicker than Cal overall. It'll be interesting.
And they're extremely deep as well.
Yeah, they can just roll out lines on you, so they're not worried about fatigue.
No doubt. As we're about to wrap it up here from the Eastern Washington University Rec Center, just a couple seconds remaining. We appreciate you guys tuning in for our Saturday quadruple header that we had here. It was something to behold. Another Cal dominant performance, and what I would like to call a Pac 8 weekend statement by the Cal Bears. As these, unlike the other showcase games, these 2 games for Cal versus WSU counted towards the Pac 8.
Well, you said that last night. It was a great statements game. So if anyone thought it was a fluke, they just reinforced again. No, it was not a fluke.
Well, everybody. No, go ahead, Gary.
I was going to say, we'll get back at it tomorrow, bright and early.
Bright and early, 10 a.m. Blaine Spencer with the play-by-play. Gary Allen with color commentary. We're all signing up. Our final here, California 8, Washington State 2. Good night, everybody.